So as the stock market reaches new heights yet again, we hear exasperated voices asking, why isn't the media focusing on all this good news? Well, maybe because to them, it's not good news. It's actually evil. Yesterday, CNN posted a tweet that said Martin Luther King was a socialist before it was cool. Now think about that. As capitalism roars on, one of our major news outlets dubs the Soviet Union's economic plan cool. What a perfect distillation of the adolescent mindset in today's media and in Hollywood. And what a perfect snapshot of the left, the most discredited economic system ever. Just look at Venezuela. And yet to CNN's children, that doesn't matter. It's all about being cool. As the Dow soars and 401ks grow, they laud a system that ruined millions of lives. So why are we mincing words anymore? It's not just CNN. Check out the Democratic Party, which has all but purged its moderates, now leaving the party to Bernie-loving progressives. It is now the American Socialist Party. That's what we should be calling them routinely. Take them at their word. So as long as the economy is doing great, the media is not going to listen because to them, capitalism is just an illusion, and an uncool one at that. It's just not like socialism, a dreamy, fluffy ideology that's decimating Venezuela and Cuba as we speak. So how is applauding a system that kills so many Latin Americans not racist? Because it hurts everyone equally. Its misery is colorblind. Only the media can't see it. That was a really stupid tweet, Dana.
Yeah, I think so, too. I think here's what I was thinking today about, just from the communication standpoint. Believe it or not, before the financial crisis of 2008, the Bush administration had a similar problem. Why won't the media cover the good news in the economy? The unemployment rate was low. The stock market at that point was good. Of course, I understand, and believe me, I felt it in September 2008. It all changed. So this is what I think that the White House should do. They have to make a choice. They could either win by complaining that the White House doesn't get the coverage and the credit that it deserves for all the great economic news that's out there, or they could show, not tell, and make the media cover it. Because if President Trump left town and he goes and he chooses 10 cities to go to in the next 30 days, the media has to cover no matter what he's doing. True. So just go and show the bank that's making more loans and the business that's hiring more people and make them follow him wherever he goes. And then they wouldn't have much to complain about because they actually would get coverage, not only in the national media, but in all of those markets as well.
And he could stop at gyms along the way to tie in his physical fitness. Kimberly, the Wall Street Journal asked 68 economists about the economy, and most suggested that Trump's election deserves at least some credit for what's happening.
Yeah, it's actually fair, you know, so fair and balanced. Where'd they learn that from, right? Wall Street Journal. That's us.
Yes.
And so I like to see that because, you know, we deserve as Americans, as the public, honesty, you know, and fair reporting and accuracy. And they should give credit where credit is due. So I was applauding them like this.
Yes.
And while I was reading to say, okay, you know, this makes sense. Things are going in the right direction. But will they continue to be forthright, the media and the rest of the mainstream media, to give President Trump the credit for his economic gains that he has been able to attain very early in his presidency?
All right, Jesse. We can't just blame the media entirely. Things are going great, which is good news, but Trump often, he can step on it by doing something, and then the media will take any opportunity to report on that.
Yes, I guarantee you he's going to step on the good news. Dana made a great suggestion. I remember when President Obama would do these tours, and he'd go to Ohio or he'd go to Iowa, and he'd give these big populist speeches about, you know, the 99%. President Trump should do the same thing and go to these places, especially manufacturing towns and the towns in Wisconsin and Pennsylvania and Ohio and the states that he won.
And he is going to Pennsylvania Thursday.
And that's a great move. And just talk about capitalism and talk about, you know, ripping apart regulations. I opened up my 401k 2017 statement last night, and then I had a cocktail because it looked great. Because, I mean, up almost 25%.
Mine, too. I was like, is this a typo?
Incredible performance. And you have to give the president a little bit of credit for it because it's driven by consumer confidence. He's ripping up these regulations. The tax cuts are very helpful as well. $1,000 bonuses to millions and millions of workers. That wasn't supposed to happen. Remember, those big corporations were supposed to shower the executives with big bonuses. Turns out the workers got bonuses, too. At the end of the Obama presidency, we lost 19,000 manufacturing jobs In 2017, under President Trump, we've gained almost 200,000 manufacturing jobs. Those are the types of jobs that Americans want to see come back. As long as we get the wages to keep growing at a stronger pace than they already are, I don't see how he loses re-election.
You know, Juan, you always talk about how crazy this table is. I can't believe what I'm hearing at this table. But you know that 90% of the media coverage is negative. Could that be because they see good news as bad news? Like if they see capitalism doing so well, they go, oh, well, it's not because it's capitalism. Like the CNN tweet exposes them as being more favorited towards socialism. So good news to them is always bad. And why you see our table is crazy.
I have so much to say. First of all,
I tried to confuse you.
Suggestion, I think that he should go on a tour. You know what he should do? He should go to like Mar-a-Lago and Bedminster in New Jersey and Wall Street with his buddies. He could campaign with the 1%.
He's there every weekend.
And they would all say, yay, Mr. President, you're doing great for us. Forget those little people. That would
He's helping the little people.
Wall Street didn't do well under President Obama, right?
Yeah, oh, so they did fine.
Exactly.
So what are you talking about?
Well
Wait a minute. A minute ago, you were making the
Wall
case
Street
doing
never
better
does
than ever
badly under Republican or Democrat.
Oh, I see. Wall Street's been doing well. In fact, my point would be we've been in an extended recovery. And I mean, right now, you go out and ask the American people.
Now it's starting to really accelerate.
Well, okay, who gets credit? The American people, I think it's 49-40, give credit to Obama, not Trump. Because they understand that you put in
next year,
places,
as it continues to grow, I think Trump will get more credit.
Let's hope, but I'm just telling you.
That's amazing he gets that much credit, given the fact that he's got so much negative press, and a lot of people don't like him. A lot of people won't give their boss credit because they don't like the boss, but the boss is doing pretty good.
Right. Okay, well, it depends where you sit, you know?
Yeah.
But I'm saying a lot of people right now, I think, are accurately saying over the long run, look at where this prosperity, these good times have come from. Now, with regard to the socialist comment, you know, I think that socialism is a corrupt system because I think you basically put government in charge of your life.
Right.
It's not communism, though. Let's be clear about that. That's the Soviet system, right? So I think that...
Why split hairs?
Because when you hear somebody like King talk about socialism, he's talking about the negative effects of capitalism. And I think you do need some, you know, brakes on capitalism so that it doesn't result in tremendous income inequality, people in the streets, disadvantaged
people in the streets like Venezuela.
Well, let me just say, we have people in the streets of New York.
Yeah,
I
know.
We need economic
under De Blasio.
Yes, what a great point.
That's a liberal mayor. Wants quit while you're ahead.
I think we need economic
communist.
opportunity in this country, and we have to work toward that. You can't be self-satisfied and just have it like, you know, laws of the jungle is capitalism.
No.
It's not touching entitlements,
By the way,
so
I gotta go.
Gregory, one thing before you go.
He's not
Do you
done.
think that he helps himself with the media? When he says, what about Obama wiretapping and what about this Russian probe? It's fake news. Tomorrow he's going to have a fake news award. Do you think this helps, Greg?
I think he can always do better, but the fake news award is going to be very entertaining. I'm going to be live tweeting it
you're
from
up
my
for
hot
one,
tub.
I hope so.